Hey guys, thanks for being here. In this video, I'm going to talk about Nick AAA guy, give you some of my opinions, and also go back into the interviews where Sami speaks about the end of the party. So you're going to see a little bit of both. I'm going back to the beginning, now knowing what we know, and then trying to figure out how they're connected. Because I do believe Nick AAA guy, but I also believe that something really bad happened at the end of this party. Is this all connected? Can we build a better timeline now that we have this information?
Sami Smith says she was the last person to speak with her at the party early Saturday morning.
She was having a fun time at a party, just being a teenager. Everything she drank, I drank out of. And there was nothing that seemed off about her.
I do want to say this. I really believe that Max was one of her closest friends.
I just want her to come back and be okay.
Her disappearance triggering a massive search. Authorities scouring the surrounding area for any sign of the 16-year-old or her car, and releasing surveillance images of Kiely in the hours before her disappearance.
You know, one of the things that I wish they would do would maybe release the video of the surveillance. I think that would be very telling, unless that's not for us to see. Who is with her? Of course there's going to be someone else with her, but who is with her? Is that why they don't show us that video? Because it will incriminate somebody else or make it look bad on somebody else. Again, these are just questions that I ask, but you guys have to remember when Jolisa Fuentes went missing, they showed us everything. They show us as much as possible so we can help find answers. But just in this case, it seems like they keep to themselves more than give to the public, and I can only ask myself why.
And yet, authorities appear no closer to finding her, this week announcing they're scaling back the search.
Now, wouldn't this be the perfect time for someone to go and place the vehicle in the water after the search has been scaled back? I believe it was the 15th. Someone fact check me. But this is why I have the theory that I do, because when they initially searched the reservoir, they didn't find her, and I just have a big problem believing that many divers just didn't see it when it was 55 yards or something like that away. So again, that's where my theory comes from. I could be wrong, but it would make sense. They told the entire world that they were scaling back the investigation or the search. That was a mistake on their part, I think.
Desperate for answers, Kiely's extended family reached out to a group of volunteer scuba diving sleuths to help.
All of the agents, sheriffs, and detectives that I've spoken with are all completely baffled.
Well, ain't that something? So were we when all this was happening. And guess what? We're still completely baffled. I was thankful, just like many people, that AWP released their uncut interview. And then when they did this, I asked myself why, right? And all you have to do is scroll down to the description. But I just can't believe that they listened to us, or they were watching us. They were listening and watching the reaction of all us web sleuths / trolls, as they call us, I guess. They're around listening, and I don't know, I just think that's interesting. So we have, is the fire camera footage real? How does the blue ball cap play into Nick's sighting of Kiely? Was it really Kiely who Nick saw? Who was the guy Nick saw? Because Kiely's case is currently an active, ongoing investigation with the Nevada County Sheriff's Department, some parts of this video may have been blurred or removed to protect the investigation's integrity. So again, still not the 100% uncut everything, right? He said there's still stuff there that's removed. If you or any other person you know has any information, and it gives you the information there to call. Now let's get into the actual Nick interview.
So we just got out of Best Buy after picking up some supplies here in Reno, Nevada. We're on our way to work the Kiely Rodni case just down the street in Truckee, California. And Nick, a longtime supporter, fan of ours, appreciate you for coming up to us.
So here's just the other thing. It hasn't been clarified, at least for me. How did he know that they were there? Was he following them? Did someone tell them where to find? Did someone tell Nick where to find them? That was the other thing. And if you guys have more information on that, please let me know. But that was always just weird to me, I guess. It's just, how did he know that AWP was going to be at the Best Buy? Or was he just like driving by and he's like, oh, hey, look, that's AWP. I have some important information to tell them, because law enforcement just, shooed me off.
Possibly has some information in regards to the Kiely Rodni case. So why don't you explain?
So here's my sad attempt at doing it in interactive map. But Reno, she was in Reno the previous day, we know, with some friends, and then from there she ends up making creme brulee, whatever, right? Goes to the party at Prosser Family Campground, but then the next day is allegedly seen right there at that Boca campground, and I believe this is the precise spot that Nick showed us. And then after that, her car is found, well, where it was found, at Prosser Reservoir. If you put it into that perspective, it just, I don't know, you still have more questions,
Yes, I was the last person to contact her after the party, and I was with her basically throughout the entire party.
Because look, I haven't forgotten about this BS story of the end of the party.
The pants were different that she wore to the party. She was wearing green Dickies pants, but that belt is definitely what she was wearing too. I remember watching her have to take.
The pants she has here are green Dickies pants. They just look blue, but those are clearly Dickie pants. But then she remembers that belt, and I feel like she was gonna say something else aside from watching her. I just feel like she was gonna say something else.
Take it off when we were using the restroom together. We were out using the outdoor restroom, popping squat, basically. So the information will be posted and will be coming from us when it is confirmed. Yeah, 100. So it was supposed to be a senior farewell party where all the seniors and everybody from around our area, like Tahoe and Truckee and Incline and Kings Beach, were supposed to be there. They were invited there because
she is about to say something about saying goodbye to your favorite seniors, and Kiely was invited, well, because she graduated in 3 years, so she's considered a senior, and, well, all seniors were invited. And I don't know, the way she speaks of this party and who was invited and why they were invited, I don't know, just rubs me the wrong way, or maybe that's just me being an a-hole. It's probably me being an a-hole.
It was supposed to be like saying goodbye to your favorite seniors before everybody starts going off to college, because all grades were invited just so that they could say goodbye. So, and then I saw her the second she got there.
This is why I'm curious of the conversations that happened before the party. Why did Kiely decide to change her mind? Who changed her mind? She wasn't originally going to go. That's what frustrates me also. She wasn't supposed to go. She wasn't supposed to be there. She was going to go to the car show. She changed her mind that day. So what did Mags and Kate tell her? Now, are they guilty of anything? There is absolutely no proof of that. But this is where my curiosity takes me.
And from that moment on, we were pretty much seen together all around the party. We went to her car to charge her phone.
Part of the story is very important. This is the end of the party. Sami describes being in the car with Kiely. I believe this is when Kiely had to go and charge her phone so she was able to text her mom she was going to be late. Now, Sami describes other people being in the car with them, and then this is where the details get a little funky. I believe this is where the lies start, and I know you're going to catch it, but you just have to listen. And she talks about something like we this and we that, but she's not talking about her and Kiely. She's talking about her and somebody else.
And we were talking about just random stuff, and then it's kind of hard to remember. And so, or no, we were talking about her texting her mom and her charging her phone, and we were around in there for a bit. I had asked her for a ride home when we were in the car.
And so the part that we already, and everybody knows, she asked for a ride while they were in the car. And that's when those two other people were in their car. They get out of the car. And then just a few minutes later says, hey, I found another ride. And then shortly after there, if you believe the fire cam footage, car goes in water. Make it make sense,
Because my ride was leaving and I wanted to stay at the party longer. And so then we ended up...
What she's about to say is important, so listen.
Splitting up in the party because I went to go find another ride when we got back into the party after leaving the car so that we could
Who are you talking about? Because you're not talking about Kiely.